Welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka. It is your Fridays edition. How much we all love Fridays. I'm sure you're already thinking what you're going to be doing with maybe your colleagues, maybe your friends as well for the rest of the evening. Of course, we have some great programming coming your way on MTV Sports. But right now here at Good Morning Sri Lanka, we have with us some very interesting people. We have a very nice gentleman by the name of Mohammed Fawaz. In case if you missed on the first segment, we were talking about a very new way of studying. It is taking a virtual reality. It's a virtual classroom, and joining him with two of his colleagues right now. We have Onali along with Amra. Thank you so much also for joining us here on Good Morning Sri Lanka. So let's start with Onali. Could you tell us a bit as to what you do at Global Tutor? From what I know, you are an admin coordinator. You also work with a lot of the schools in the country.
That's right. So basically what I do is promote Global Tutor, but not necessarily Global Tutor, basically about innovative education to local schools as well as schools abroad, because this is a new and upcoming concept which education definitely benefits. So that's what I do. I educate schools about innovative education and the next level of education.
All right, so what made you really get into it, or why were you like, wow, you know what, this is something which I really should be part of. It's something different.
That's a very good question actually, because I studied in the US for 3 years. I did my bachelor's there, and studying there, it exposed me to many different forms of education, and innovative education was something very unique which I experienced. And what I thought was it would be really interesting for me to be part of Global Tutor, voicing and being a voice of innovative education to Sri Lanka, because I mean I reaped all the benefits from the US, but why not pay back to Sri Lanka through Global Tutor?
No, that's fantastic. Also having had the foreign education, that you also decided to come back to the country to help in this very exciting initiative. I'm actually excited. I might actually sign up myself. And we also have Amra, who is the academic coordinator, and something about her is that she also is part of content development. So that means she has to be on the ball at any given time. Content development, how is that like?
Well, my part is to focus on the academics, and of course it's not a joke, because end of the day you deal with kids, a lot of them, and you need to make sure that's perfect, on the point, up to the syllabus, and make sure that they understand it as well, and put it in a simple way, a much interactive way. So we kind of use a lot of tools, like basically PowerPoint presentations, and a very specific, unique platform that Global Tutor uses, so that the kids get the main major thing out of it, and in the best way possible.
Okay, so have there been any challenges as such which you might have come across so far in having your content being developed? What's like, well, of course, it being current is one of the main things. Is there anything else which you might have found is like, you know, you have to be very critical on?
Well, yeah, one thing is it had to be to the point. You know, you shouldn't drag it out. You know, you always fall asleep in classes and you get dragged away through the
No matter how old you are, I think we've all fallen asleep at class.
Yes, we all have, and I still do. So we always make sure that it's interesting, to the point. As long as they, at the end of a 1 hour session or a 2 hour session, they take the whole thing home or take it to their brains. So that's quite important. So we need to deliver the content as well as keep it to the point and within the time frame.
Yeah.
So that's really important there.
And when it comes to the next level of education and the academic industry, is this the future? Is this what we're going to be seeing more of?
Yeah, probably yes. Because why I say is, there are like a lot of initiatives, because I'm not saying like we are the only one place. There are a lot of initiatives positively being taken towards the next level of education as an industry where everybody can travel to. But what we felt, like as I said on the first segment, like it's exactly that you combine what is the core value which has been, because like technology, it's not just the website or the platform, it's not everything. For me, the process is the technology. For me, the way that we execute is the technology. technology is a supporting hand. So how you look it, how you segmentize it, as it's a different level of group. So as you said, the content development is a part, the psychology behind the brain power, the psychology behind how much a student can extract it from an online platform. And like very importantly, as we're talking about like screens and computers and technology, there's a concept which everybody knows. It's a human-computer interface. There is a level of colors that people can look at. So the multimedia or the presentation or whatever. So we focus on everything. So what I feel is, yes, the next level, this is a process of next level of education, which has to always be on research and development, keep looking at all the possible segment which we are upcoming, and we believe we are always always focusing the changing trends, upcoming technologies on a healthy way that we can suit and we can fit into the system. Then yes, probably this will be the next stage of next generation of education if we travel together.
Okay, and that being the next level when it comes to education, you are also taking a big step as well in going global with Global Tutors. And this is where in the first segment I had Fawaz was saying that they used the elements of taking international and what's Sri Lankan and mixing it together to give this product, and now you're taking that same thing and you're giving it to the world. How is that as a challenge for you? Because it's a different feel, I'm guessing, also to the international student.
Probably yes, because like these people are dealing with the directly with academics and students, like dealing with the aspects of reaching, you can call it the marketing or the business perspective of the company or the process. The biggest challenge I would see is like it's to transform your core values, to make the others to understand the core values, because it's not that I'm saying Sri Lanka is one step behind in attitudes to adopt the technology, but probably somebody somebody has left a trade, somebody has said okay, online tutoring is just contents and videos. Right. So it's for me it's a big barrier, big challenge to come over the step and say this is what exactly we talk about.
Yes, your colleagues are agreeing with you there.
Yeah, definitely. Like especially for higher education, we always used videos to support our, the understanding, because we always fell asleep in class. You can't really blame us, because they used to go on for hours and hours and hours, and you would die for a break. So we always go home and then check out videos, but still that kind of drags you through too. You're not really comfortable, you're not really enjoying it. But what online education, what live tutoring does is it makes a student travel through the theory more than listen to it. So I guess that's much more important. You're more alive. You're not dying like they say. A lot of students. So I guess that's really important.
You are reminding me of my school days.
Exactly.
Cutting classes, not something which you should be doing. No, I do not condone that. It's not a good thing to not cut classes, but
the best part is like what a process can justify students is, like as you said, making things live. It's always, as I think Sri Lankans you always love to, right? Like we don't want to look at a board which is not going to respond us.
That's true.
And that's what make the class more entertaining. Like when your teachers keep responding, you make you motivating. So that's the essence I wanted to be in this process, technology. I wanted to always make sure that we are making a best content with using a live best tutors and to deliver. So everything combines, all the essence combines and make it more lively, and apart from the factor of lively, it's always reactive in terms of their performance. It has to result in their performance.
It's a fantastic initiative which you have taken, and unfortunately we are also out of time, but we do hope to hear more from Global Tutors as well, and you'll also be able to find more information online. And I wish you guys all the very best. Thank you so much, Fawaz, Onali and Amra, for being part of the show.
It's a wonderful
Thank you for having us, actually.
It was a pleasure. It was an absolute pleasure. Even I feel like now, logging in and giving it a shot myself. Hopefully this time around I would actually be there in class, because it's virtual reality instead of sleeping it off.
Yes. Simply go to the globaltutor.org. You are there.
Well, there you have it, globaltutor.org.
Exactly. So
thank you so much, guys, again for being part of the show. So we have more coming your way. So we're going to take a short break, but make sure that you're going to be here on MTV Sports, rather, as this is Good Morning Sri Lanka.